Obviously you're coming in. It's a big season for you, first year at UCF. I know you've been familiar with the program. You've been in the state for a long time and everything.
Yeah.
So, how's it been? I guess maybe take me back to maybe last January or whenever it was, late December, when you get the call from Coach Malzahn. How did that conversation go? Were you excited to, I guess come over I-4 a little bit, and not have to move too far?
Yeah, it was good. Speaking with Coach Malzahn, I have heard so much good things about him, and then after speaking with the newly hired defense coordinator, Addison Williams, well, actually he was the interim DC at the
Right.
time, I may believe. It all just made sense. My biggest thing that I was looking for obviously to stay in the state of Florida.
Yeah.
I had been in FAU at some time, and obviously in South Florida, so the opportunity to stay in the state of Florida, where my family, a lot of my family is here, that was very attractive for me. So, and I learned a lot, knew a lot about the program, and some of the defense staff members as well. So, it's been a blessing. It really
Yeah.
has.
Yeah.
And I'm really excited. I'm really excited about the season ahead and just working with the staff that we have here.
What did you know about UCF coming into it? Obviously, you were at a rival school. I mean, you knew something, but what's it like? And what have you learned kind of as you've been here these last 9 months or so?
Well, just the extreme growth for sure.
Yeah.
Starting from a D3 school. In fact, I actually played with a lot of the former players here. So Kevin
Okay.
Smith,
Okay.
I played with him in Detroit for several years. Dante Culpepper played with him in Detroit as well. Ashante Samuel played with him in Philadelphia.
Okay.
So I knew a lot of the former players that have come through here and have been extremely successful and everything. And obviously playing, down I-4, that right there in the rivalry.
Right.
I learned the true value of how intense that rivalry is. Just growing up in the state of Florida.
Yeah.
And playing for Florida State, it was always Florida State or Florida, Miami, but just being a part of those last couple of years was quite the experience.
Yeah. What does Jason Johnson provide to your room? Obviously, he's such an experienced guy. He was an All-American at the FCS level. Came in, and I think he doubled up the second place tackle. I mean, he was tackling machine last year. But knowing you've got a rock solid guy there, like how reassuring is that? And what does he provide for you?
I think the best way to describe Jason is very short. It's just quiet strength.
Yeah.
He just has a quiet confidence about him. He doesn't say very much, but he's consistent. He provides great stability for the room and for the defense. He's going to show up with the right mindset, with the right attitude, with the right demeanor and the right effort every single day, and that's extremely valuable. Somebody you can count on. And my challenge for him is just to really, now that he's been named, the captain, and he's on, a couple preseason watch lists and everything, kind of step out of this comfort zone and lead from behind, and let those younger guys know that, hey, listen, it's okay, to kind of step up and grow and everything. So I'm really excited about what the season is going to offer him moving forward.
Yeah. Ryan Davis was a transfer from Georgia. I know you added him this summer and everything. How is he kind of integrated into everything, kind of jumping right in? I know he's an older guy, he's from the area. What have you seen from Ryan early on?
Leadership. From the first moment he stepped on campus, we started, and the guys started working together and kind of straining and going through the process and workouts and everything. I'm always looking for guys when we go against a little bit of adversity or some hard times and everything. Who's going to be the one that's going to kind of start barking orders, and that he has done. And I've seen that, so far in camp as well. I'm really excited about that. It kind of plays off well with Jason, to be very honest with you.
Yeah.
But the other thing is, just his experience. He brings a lot of experience with the scheme and everything. And I think that's going to help us a lot down the road, and then helping us with the younger guys as well.
Another guy, Isaiah Paul. I know he's coming from Washington State, played Incarnate Word before that. How has he kind of jumped into everything? What are you seeing from him in the early?
He's a competitor.
Okay.
Yeah, he's a competitor, and I like that. He's a little he's bigger than a lot of the other guys that we have in the room, which is good.
Yeah.
Going to the Big 12 with some bigger talent and everything. We need some bigger mass, and I'm really excited about that. He's a big, strong boy.
Yeah, and
You
some
know?
younger guys obviously in the mix, Cam Moore, Bullard, some other guys like that. What are you kind of seeing from that younger group so far?
Talented, very talented. And just your typical freshman.
Yeah.
Freshmen, they're just so raw in talent right now. But I think that over time, they're going to be somebody who's going to really help us. And for right now, I think that their biggest thing is where can they add value at on this defense and on this team. And I think the quickest way to do that is on special teams.
Yeah.
Being true core special teams players, and you never know, as time progresses, they'll be able to contribute on defense as well.
Yeah, what kind of timeline are you on, I guess, for camp? Or obviously Jason Johnson. I mean, it's probably a given he's going to be part of your primary mix when the season gets here. But is it identifying who the other starter is alongside him? Like, what are kind of your objectives here over these next couple of weeks?
Well, number one is healthy. Get everybody healthy to the season, to week one. That would be the number one objective for me. Number two is who can we count on? I put a list of numbers and names on a board of, hey, listen, these are our rotations. But to be honest with you, no job is in concrete right now. So it's up for competition right now. That's kind of how I look at it, and I think it has to be that way. Yeah. I think it really does. So between Ryan and Jason and Isaiah and Cam Moore and TJ and Walter, it's really kind of open season, and I'm letting them battle it out, and I'm very transparent with that as well. And I think that's something that you cannot hide from. That way, the guys know that they have a fair chance, and they gonna give everything they have.
Yeah.
So it's been very good to coach it. It's been very good to watch it and observe it as well, and to really see the guys give their best to help the team.
I think it's gonna be cool for you, just kind of, it's a historic season for UCF. First year in the Big 12. You're going to be part of the inaugural Big 12 coaching staff. Opponents you've never played before, venues maybe UCF's never been to. I know you're focused on the day-to-day, who's going to be my linebackers and stuff, but it's going to be a fun season coming up, isn't it?
Oh, it's going to be an amazing season. I'm kind of a creature of habit, and I try not to look at the big picture, and
right.
I try to be where my feet are at and kind of blow where my feet are at, and my sole objective is what can I do to extract the most out of my boys, and where I'm trying to fine tune every single detail of where they're at in their game, because ultimately I've been hired to help the team win, but second and foremost is to make sure my boys are excelling to the best they can.
Right.
Again, coming out of fall camp, I really want to see every single one of them reach their full potential, and then the chips are going to really fall where they may. I think that at the end of the fall camp, we're going to have a finished enough product to put on the field that's going to help us compete.
Yeah, obviously, you had an excellent playing career at Florida State, went to the NFL. When did you know that you wanted to coach after your playing days were over? Was this something that was like back in high school where you're thinking in the back of your mind? I know you had a long career, but when did that start for you?
Definitely not while I was playing.
Okay.
No.
You never thought it was going to end, did you?
No. I thought I was going to play forever.
Yeah.
So
were you in the NFL when that kind of
No,
started?
I was retired.
Really? That's really when you got into the coaching
I was
bug.
retired. I was literally 3 years out of retirement.
Okay.
When I decided to get into coaching.
Okay. Were you not sure about it at first, or?
No, I was definitely. I wanted no part of it.
Really?
Yeah. After seeing my former coaches, kind of go through the process and sleep in the office, and
right.
The time that they sacrificed being around their family and everything. It was something that I did not want any part of. But as I got retired from the NFL, I wanted to be a part of that body again, that brotherhood again. And that's, to be very honest with you, one of the main things that drives me every single day. When I get a chance to be around my boys, be around my players and coach them, hold them accountable, teach them things I've learned over life and everything. Those are probably the most memorable moments that I have right now.
Yeah. What kind of coach are you? How would you describe yourself? I know that's a tough question. It's probably better to ask players, but like, what kind of coach are you, and what kind of coach do you want to be?
Well, I really don't know. They probably can give you, in terms of a coach that I am.
Yeah.
My boys will probably give you a little bit of multiple different.
But who were
answers.
some of these inspirations? Who were coaches that you had that maybe you look back on and be like, I'm taking something that I got from this coach because that person really had a big impact
For me,
on
the
my
best
life.
ever was Bobby Bowden.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm trying to leave a legacy for my boys. That's what I'm aiming for, and Bobby Bowden was that for me, and 2 generations in my family, from my father.
I mean, what
and my
was it
2
about
brothers.
Bobby? I mean, obviously he's the greatest coach there ever was,
Yeah.
but as someone who you were right there, towards the end of his career and everything, what was it that made Bobby such a special coach?
He was relatable. He was iconic. Again, all of my childhood experiences, learning about him and the players that he impacted, all of the stories and everything, memorable stories that was handed down over the years. Those are the things that stick to me over the years. And then just from my personal childhood experience with my family and everything,
Right.
of them, having their own nonprofit organization, and the reason why they started it, and my family situation, that has kind of poured into why I am what I am today. So while I cannot tell you exactly what my boys will tell me what type of coach I am. I know what kind of coach I strive to be. I strive to be a coach of excellence.
Right.
I strive to be a coach that's going to leave a legacy for my boys. And when it's all said and done, and they can look back and say, I want to be like Coach. I want to be a father like him. I want to be a husband like him. And that's what I ultimately strive for. And I think that's what this game truly means to me. It built me to who I am right now.
Yeah.
It made me to who I am, and that's why I'm so ever grateful for it.
All right, man. I appreciate it. I enjoyed the conversation.
All right, Brandon.